To the Sheraton Astrodome. Let's take a look at that last fight once again. The knockout punch by Mauricio Rodriguez. Bob Spagnola, I guess Gonzalo Carrasco had no idea this was coming.
Well, you know, he took a lot of Mauricio's good, solid shots in the first round, but, you know, it's like an electrician. One guy working the light switch, you know, when you get hit up there on the temple like that, the lights go out, and that's it.
And I think probably the back of his head will hurt more than the front, huh?
When when your nervous system completely gives way and you don't break your fall at all, it's very dangerous because not only are you getting hit on the chin or the temple real hard, but when your head hits this canvas, which is heavily padded, but still, that was probably the first part of his anatomy that hit the ground.
Yeah, and it's heavily padded once again by Budweiser, the king of beers. One of the big sponsors here, along with Players Island Casino.
Players Island Casino and Budweiser have been our benchmark sponsors since the beginning. It's great to have them go through this with us.
Hey, this could be a good fight. If not a good fight, you're going to see a guy that possibly you're going to be seeing in the future in boxing, and that is Kenneth Lunkins. And that's Kenny Lunkins right there. He's from Coral Springs, Florida. He is 9-0. He's got 7 knockouts. They expect big things out of this young man.
You know, he's a perfect example of a guy that, you know, had the great amateur pedigree. You know, several times state amateur champion down in Florida. You know, national contender as an amateur. When a guy's been able to beat all those tough guys from Philly and Detroit, you know, if they can do that as an amateur, then all things being held constant, they can be a good professional. And let's see how he does.
He's taking on Jeff Kennedy. Kennedy in the black trunks right there. Kennedy, a 33-year-old from Biloxi, Mississippi. He does not have near the pedigree that you are seeing out of Kenny Lunkins. And you can see already that Mr. Jeff Kennedy is a little bit overmatched.
Well, listen, Kennedy was down. He's known as a slow starter, but he's also known to come back strong. So we'll have to see how this evolves. You can see Lunkins very relaxed. He's just taking his time. He's going to let Kennedy run into something.
It's supposed to be a 6-round fight. I doubt it's going to last that long. 2 cruiserweights. How far can Lunkins go, actually, Bob?
No, hey, Lunkins is a heck of a prospect. But you got to be able to win these kind of fights. You can see Kennedy is going to try to crowd him a little bit and not get hit with that looping shot again.
Well, he's not doing a real good job of not getting hit by it. Jeff Kennedy is just overmatched in this one. Boy, he looks like he's got some nice skills. He's going to fight for the Florida State title in July. Matter of fact, we may be seeing him a couple more times here in Houston, won't we?
We hope so. We hope so. The people that are involved with him, you can see the offensive repertoire that he has here. Jeff Kennedy's a little overwhelmed, but you see Kennedy kind of come back into it, try to weather this early storm. And that's something because you can see he's getting busted up. He's getting busted up by Lunkins here in this first round. Good body shot by Kennedy.
Kennedy trying to just hold on any way he possibly can. I guess if you're taking a beating like this, it's not bad to stay close to your opponent.
No, you want to smother him. You don't, especially a leverage guy like Kenny Lunkins. You know, he likes to hit you on the end of that right hand, and that punch has got a lot of power in it. And you see the way he turns Kennedy. He pivots out of there. There a hard short left hook by Lunkins also got Jeff Kennedy's attention. But you see Kennedy in here trying to weather this storm, trying to survive. He got hurt again there. But he's firing back with his own hook.
He sure is. There's no give up in Jeff Kennedy despite the beating that he's taken here. But boy, the good, quick, solid, hard punches by Kenny Lunkins.
You see how relaxed Lunkins is. No wasted effort.
And Kennedy just may weather this opening round storm. Hold on, Jeff. And that's the end of the first round. We're going to keep it right here. Bob and I want to tell you about this little get-together that he and Jim Browning have each and every month. It's normally on Thursdays, but this year, because of the rodeo, they're having it on Wednesday. But just take a look around. It's a bunch of people that are enjoying themselves. It's a higher class than many of you who are watching boxing perhaps for the first time would suspect. They have the Hooters girls walking around. There are cigar girls. There are just a bunch of guys hanging out. There are a bunch of guys who bring their dates. You can have dinner here. There's valet parking. It's an affordable night out. And all you have to do is call a phone number and get in on it.
It's so true, John. You know, people, they have a misconception about boxing, but this is kind of a nice night out. Bring a date or go out with your buddies and have fun.
As you can see, there's great entertainment. You know, the ladies love it too. Don't be afraid to ask your wife if she'd like to go. Hey, they go to hockey games. You never know. She might like to come and see this. Second round action. Kenny Lunkins dominating the first round. Jeff Kennedy just holding on for all he could. We'll see how much longer Kennedy can take the onslaught that he took in the first round. He came back strong, though. I was surprised. The guy could take a punch.
Listen, he's a game guy, and he's given 100%, but he's obviously in with a better fighter. But you never know in these fights. But Lunkins is so relaxed. See, he's so smooth when he turns the guy there. And, you know, the whole thing about this business is you want to hit a guy from the direction where he doesn't see it coming. And that's the kind of things that the quickness and balance that Kenny Lunkins can do to you.
Boy, and he just moves his upper torso, too. He moves it so well. You know, and he's got the great leverage. There you can see it doesn't look like he's throwing much of a punch. But, boy, when he connects with that, you can hear it.
No wasted motion.
No.
You know, he's tight. Everything's short, nice.
At this weight and the guys that he is going to be fighting, is he going to be wanting, is Kenny Lunkins against much better fighters going to want to be inside like this? Or does he want to be outside moving? Because he's taking some hits here from Jeff Kennedy.
No, he is, and you know, but I think he's in there trying to get some work. He's in there trying to get some work. Kennedy's a game trier, and you know, but you see Kennedy, he took that bad beating in the first round.
Oh, he just took a punch there, an uppercut with the right hand. He's trying to grab some air wherever he can find it right now. But this is where he's much more effective, is Lunkins, and at arm's reach. Inside, Kennedy's been matching him punch for punch. And this crowd is getting behind Kennedy now. The underdog, clearly. See this, that's it. That's where Kennedy just can't possibly stay with Kenny Lunkins. Another shot. I don't know how he's still on his feet. They're asking for the knockout here, but I don't think Kennedy knows the meaning of the word. Oh, another right shot.
Big right hand by Lunkins.
Now you got to ask the question, does he have that knockout punch? We're going to take a break. You're watching a Browning Boxing production from the Sheraton Astrodome. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sheraton Astrodome. Kenny Lunkins against Jeff Kennedy. We have to move to further action in this fight due to time constraints. But what a fight it has been. After the first round, we thought Jeff Kennedy was going to be a goner, but he has hung on. These two have battled toe-to-toe, and finally Kennedy fought him just about even in the last round, and here we are in the fifth round. The referee has been watching Kennedy. He has taken so many good shots from Kenny Lunkins, but he has been able to stay on his feet. And now he may have Kenny Lunkins a little worried. I'm not sure, but the last round was pretty even, Bob.
No, I mean, it was certainly even compared to the rest of the beating that Kennedy's been getting. And here we see Lunkins working down. You know, one thing about a guy that he's been working down in Kennedy's body. Sometimes you can't hurt a guy to the head, but you can touch him up to the body a little bit and get out of that pep and vigor out of him. And I think that's what Lunkins has been doing with Kennedy here the last round or so. He's trying to work that body a little bit.
Lunkins has been so much more impressive when he stays at arm's length like he was just there. When he gets in close, Kennedy has been able to match him punch for punch. Kennedy, obviously the smaller fighter, that's a huge advantage for him being inside, and I'm sure most of his fights are like that, where he has to battle toe-to-toe.
Big uppercut from Lunkins. You see Lunkins, whenever he wants to, he takes control here, but Kennedy's just dead game, and I think he's happy to be here at this stage of the fight compared to what he's seen from Lunkins earlier in the fight. Oh, big left hook by Lunkins.
This could end
Kennedy
soon.
Back to the ropes.
This could end soon.
You see a guy fight with all the heart in the world like Kennedy has here. You don't want to see him, you don't want to see anybody get seriously injured. But Lunkins isn't pressing it much right now. I think he's that's it. That's it. Good stoppage by the referee. Good stoppage. Excellent stoppage by Ronnie Ralston.
As you can see, Jeff Kennedy doesn't have his legs left. A TKO here in the 5th round by Kenny Lunkins. Very impressive was Kenny Lunkins, and very impressive was Jeff Kennedy. You want to talk about heart, he had plenty of it. He just didn't have the ability to stay with the Kenny Lunkins.
And one thing you can tell for sure, the crowd, they booed the stoppage, but Jeff Kennedy didn't complain at all about it as they walked him back to the corner.
I don't think he knows. He's in the corner right now. You could tell his legs were wobbly. This was over, I thought, in the first round. It took 5 rounds, though, for Kenny Lunkins to put Jeff Kennedy away. And it's over. Kenny Lunkins, we hope to be seeing him in the future. You may be seeing him on the national scene very shortly. We're going to take a break. We're at the Sheraton Astrodome. You are watching a Browning Boxing production.